With schools set to close for first-term holidays next week, public secondary schools are still struggling with inadequate funds, thanks to a huge shortfall in capitation for first-term released by the government. While every learner in public secondary school is supposed to receive 11,122 shillings for term 1, the government released only 3,877 shillings, forcing some of them to consider closing schools earlier, as Shadrach Committee reports.
Every student in public secondary school is supposed to receive 22,244 shillings per year. The money is supposed to be distributed in the ratio of 50% in term 1, 30% in term 2, and 20% in term 3. However, with schools set to close next week, the government has only released 3,877 shillings instead of the required 11,122 shillings per student for term 1.
The free-day secondary school of 22,244 was instituted in 2017. Currently, the Kenyan shilling has depreciated. What we had expected was something like to increase the figures higher.
We need a thorough total audit for the issue of capitation in our schools within the ministry, because we believe a lot of money is remaining in the ministry. Are you aware that principals are being forced to write receipts of monies that they have not expended and forward to the ministry?
With the government reportedly owing nearly 58 billion shillings to public secondary schools, principals have been under pressure to close schools earlier than expected.
This is a very, very dangerous trend. It is important to note that not most of the received funds went to clear the debts owed to sundry creditors.
It is upon the Ministry of Education to actually give the exact numbers of students who are in all schools. The fact is that this ministry does not include all the students because there are many students outside there who are not on NEMIS.
Some schools have already been taken to court by suppliers for failing to pay money for services offered and goods supplied. Political leaders and other education stakeholders have faulted the Ministry of Education for being inconsistent over capitation. Recently, Education Principal Secretary Belio Kipsang noted the student population had risen by 1 million, posing a significant challenge to government funding. Appearing before the National Assembly's Public Accounts Committee, Kipsang said the government would release 16 billion shillings to finance school operations. The PS told the committee that the government had allocated 65 billion shillings for free secondary education, with 25% of this amount already released. Shadrach Committee, KT News.
President William Ruto has put on notice state corporations that continue